Let's go. I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, good whatever, wherever you find yourself. This is your Shodi Samaladrani bringing you another episode of Demystify Tech. Yeah, I know. We didn't stream, I think, the last Friday of the last month, which is something we do. But trust me, we're going to do that this month. Brand new month, awesome content. That's all we do here. If you're joining us for your first time, this is Demystify Tech with Sam. It's a live stream that happens every Friday, 8 p.m. GMT, and we just demystify technology. So if you are on your quest or the journey to be a modern developer, this is the show you have to be on. We demystify everything from AI, from cloud technology to mixed reality to, animation, technology, front end, back end, anything that is of interest when it comes to technology. This is the show to be on. And today's episode, we're going to be continuing from cognitive services. So we're doing a series on cognitive services. We started with the intro and we continued with speech. Today, we're going to go to the next, service in the cognitive suite, which is a language. So if that seems like something that's of interest to you, stick and stay with me. When we come back from the montage, we're going to get straight into it. Awesome. We're back. Awesome. If this is your first time, please subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to the channel for us and hit the notification bell so that if we release every new video, you will be first to get it. Yes. So once again, I'm your Suli Somaladrani. Today's episode, we will be talking about cognitive services language. But before we get into it, I like to, talk about cool stuff, crazy stuff, relating to the show before we get into it. Sorry. Now, I finally got approved to Dale. Now, this is a crazy, trust me, this is a crazy open AI module that actually is able to do crazy things. All right. Let's see if I can, let's show you this. Let's get into it. You probably, you appreciate it the more. Let me get this thing running. Something missing. Don't worry, I'm going to show you something right now. So let's go to my desktop. All right. So I think it's yeah. Yes, this is it. So I'm gonna go. So it's dial E2 Dale, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I don't, so far as you understand that. So I got access to this. Now, what Dale does, it's really crazy. For those that are in the space of NFTs and all those art, crazy, computer generated art, this takes it to the next level. With this, and it's also part of AI, since we're doing a series on AI and cognitive services, this is also part of AI. You can use this tool or this Open API service to generate art based on description in natural language. And I'm going to show you how this works before we jump into our, don't worry, we're going to have 2 parts to language. So if you don't finish today, we still have, we're still going to do another episode. So anyway, if you're joining us from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, anyway, just say hi so I can acknowledge you on the show. So let me go and log in. I had been wishing and waiting to be on this. Come on. Yeah, so this is why I hate. Okay. I think I went in with this. Yes, and let's see. Hopefully it's the correct password, because I have a lot of passwords and sometimes I keep forgetting it. I deliberately turned on my last password. Yeah, there you go. I have it. So this is crazy. All right. Now, all that you're seeing right now, okay, all these things you're seeing right now was generated by descriptive, natural language processing descriptive. Just pretty much someone typed something. So for instance, look at this one. So this one here, let me activate my Zoom it here. So you can, yep. So for this one, actually, you know what? Let me open this up and then activate the Zoom. All right. So for this particular one, you're seeing the fish in the glass and all that. This is exactly what the person descriptively typed. Said 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background. And I want it to be digital art. This is what the person said. Or this is what the person typed. And DAL used the AI to artistically generate this. All right. If this is not crazy. So watch this. The same thing here. An armchair in the shape of an avocado. Think about it. So let's do something. If you're with me live, put a comment, just putting a description of something you want to see. Right. And let's try something. Since I am streaming live from let's see if we can do this. I'm just trying to see. Hey, welcome, Key Edwards. Welcome. If you have anything, just type it in there, right? Just type it. Type your question or your descriptive image you want DAL to generate for you, and I'll just copy that and paste it in there, and then you would see we will see how that goes. Let's see. Okay, let's see just a sec. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Waiting. Who's gonna put anyway? Okay. If no one is going to put it in, I'm just going to, type something in myself. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try this. So I'm going to say, let's not do. I'm just going to go straight. So I'll say, GHANA Ghanaian boxer in the ring. And I'll just say digital art. I just type something, just hit generate. So let's see what's going to happen. It's just top of my head. Okay, so it's processing. And the good thing is that once it generates it, okay, it goes ahead and then gives you variations. Now, check this out. I just typed a Ghanaian boxer in the ring digital art and see what it gave me. I don't know. Well, if this is not even, if this is not if this is not crazy enough for you, let's see if I can get another one. Hold on. Yeah, I need you guys to, I mean, just send something. Okay, let me try something. Okay, I'm going to try something again. So let's say I'm going to take out the whole I'm going to take out digital art. Okay, and then let's see. So let's do something like a Ghanaian. Let's try this. Let's try a Ghanaian astronaut walking on the moon. Okay, let's try this. So let's see. All I typed was a Ghanaian astronaut walking on the moon. Ghanaian astronaut walking on the moon. So let's see. Let's see what it generates. Let's see what it generates. Let's see what it generates. And if you can see on the right, everything it's generated for me is stored there for me to. Now, check this out. Check this out. Now, look here. Let me actually open this one up. So, see, it's picked a lot of the things from what I typed. I can see it's trying to provide the Ghana flag, even though it's tended upside down. There's red, gold, green. There's an astronaut there. You know, I mean, descriptive. I mean, this is just examples. I could go crazy. You know, on this. But this is being generated using AI. And that's the power of artificial intelligence. So go check it out. Let's see. I think if you went I'm going to copy this here. I'm going to put this here for a while. Let's drop this resource here. I'm also going to drop it in the chat so you can pick it up. And let's show this. So just give a sec. Ignore that. I'm going to update that right now. So you can see the link right there. I've also posted it in the chat. So openai.com dial E2/labs. So you can just go without the labs. Put yourself on the wait list. If you are approved, you can go mess up or try stuff with it. All right. So let's get back to today's topic of today's episode. If you have any questions on what I've just shown, just go ahead and drop it. Just drop a question at me. I'll try to answer them for you. Right. Okay. So let's close this. Let's close this. So for those that have not been following, sorry, someone is just making me laugh in the comment section. I can't put that up there. Anyway, so for those that have been following us, this is where we are so far. We started with the cognitive services. We've done speech. So we looked at speech to text, text to speech, speech translation. I used the Microsoft Translator app. We saw how to do the text to speech. We typed in some things using phonetics and natural voices, and we'll come back to that again in detail. So now we're doing language. All right, language. And for language, there are a lot of things in there we could do. So language allows us under the cognitive services to do stuff like understanding conversations, unstructured tests, do a lot of things. For example, you can do entity recognition. So if someone speaks and you're picking up what the person is saying, you can use AI or the Azure Cognitive Services, specifically the language services, to actually extract the entities or try to extract and make meaning of what the person is trying to say. I'll give you an example. Let's say the person utters, book me a flight to San Francisco on Thursday, right? Book me a flight to San Francisco on Thursday. If you're listening to this utterance, book me a flight. So there's the intent of booking a flight. So that you can call a flight booking entity, and then it's provided you like keywords in there. San Francisco is the location, and then what? Friday is when the person wants to leave, in context to when the speech was said. So you can use the language service to recognize some of these entities and then pass them on to other services you want to do. The other thing is you can do something called sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis in the form of automatically detecting sentiments and opinions from text. So for instance, if you are a business owner, big brand business, and you want to understand the various sentiments of your customers on social media, you can create an application that leverages the sentiment analysis service, where anytime there is a tweet that mentions your company, that mentions your product, that mentions anything specific to, whatever hashtag, you can determine, okay, is this tweet positive? Is this tweet negative? Now, if it's a positive tweet, you can probably, hey, hooray. If it's a negative tweet, you can start an internal business workflow where you're like, okay, someone should get in touch with this customer to understand, why he or she is saying this. So these are some of the things you can do. And also you can do something like question answering, all right, where you can distill information or pretty much get understanding from what someone is saying and, go pick out potential answers to it. I'll give you an example. So it used to be the Q&A maker is moved to question answering. So let's say on your website, okay, you have a FAQ section and people keep asking all these questions. You can now hand this off to language services and AI, and then anytime someone asks a question, is able to do recognition to figure out, oh, this question the person is framing is similar to something on your Q&A FAQ, and therefore we'll pick the answer from there. You can do that. And then you can do the conversational language understanding, all right, which is like Lewis. So if you followed me when we did the bot composer framework series, where we built a bot using the bot composer framework, we leverage Lewis to understand what the person was saying and to extract entities. And then you can also use the translator services and the language to translate into like God knows how many languages. So I foresee us doing this in probably 2 parts. So let's go to the language services, all right, and then sorry, and then take it from there. Actually, I'll just open this up here so we can go through this, move this here. So first off, let's see. I should have just downloaded this, but I like to do stuff live, so let's do this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this video, and let's take a listen. And let me know if you can hear the audio. All right, so that was a quick video just highlighting a lot of things I said. I hope you actually you heard the audio. I wasn't sure because I realized that it was muted, but I had to circumvent that. So that is in a nutshell what the language services does. So I think it's time for us to probably get into it. So I want us to take a look. I probably will start with language translation, and then we will take it. And now the good thing is that if you go to the page, the same page which I also share, you have resources from the documentation, and then code samples. There are connectors. They're actually Power Automate connectors you can do. If you want us to carry this through onto the Power Platform, the Power series, we can do this. But now we'll stick to, because the Demystify Tech is more pro dev, we'll stick to the pro dev option. There is also let's go to the Microsoft Learn Language course, where you can have a learning path. Okay, you can have a learning path if you want to learn that. Let me share that. Let me share this right here, and actually let me bring this here. Let me create. Sorry, I'm trying to create a new document here, and yeah, it's gonna pop up here. I'm using that just to track what I'm doing. So forgive me. Let's do a new text. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just kindly drop them in the chat, and I will answer them. All right, cool. So let's continue that. Yeah, so I just dropped that in the chat. You can leverage that as well. So let's jump into it. Let's go. Go. So let's go here into the documentation. Let's look at the code samples, and then now for this you need to have an Azure account. All right. If you don't have an Azure account, there are countless ways you can do that. You can create a free account, like here at the top here. You can also create a Windows 365 developer account. I have that on my YouTube channel. I'll probably put the link somewhere. You see it. All right. Hey, what's up? Hey, Charity, what's up? Thanks for joining the show. Really appreciate you. Have any questions about artificial intelligence? If you have any questions about artificial intelligence, machine learning, computers, anything, technology, just drop it here, and then I'll try as much as possible to answer it for you. If you also want to know how technology can be applied to your day-to-day life, just pose a question. I'll be glad to share some tips and tricks with you. Today, just to reset the stream, we're talking about Azure Cognitive Services, specifically language services. And I gave an example of you can use this services or tool to do things like language translation, translating from one language to the other, or to do something like sentiment analysis. So let's say you run a brand or product, and people are tweeting or commenting or hashtagging, and you want to know whether those comments and tweets are positive or negative and act on it, you can also do this. So we're just about jumping into it. Like I said, I foresee this going 2 parts. So today will be part 1. We'll do part 2 next week. So yeah. Thank you so much, Christy, for joining. I appreciate the support. Don't worry, go bring your friends, pull your friends so that they can come and at least subscribe and hit the notification bell. Right, let's do this. All right, so let's go to the how do we want to do this? Give me a sec. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Let's go ahead. Yeah, so you need an Azure account. So that's it. If you don't have an Azure account, somewhere here, I'll put it here, how to create an Azure account. It's quite simple. So let's go in there and let's go have some fun. So we've talked about what it is. We've talked about all that. I want us to not to do the, let's see if we can do, so they want us to do, to make it a lot, easier and simple, just to make it easy for all of us to follow. I think I can let us leverage some of the cognitive services in let's say, in a Canvas app, which is the Power Platform. Even though we're talking about cognitive services, it's just so we don't write a lot of code. So I'm just thinking, maybe we should do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do. Sorry. Okay. So if you're working with the cognitive services, okay, you would be using, if you want to go the pro dev way, you use pretty much is a lot of REST endpoints. All right. So you can have text analytics for health, analyzing sentiment and opinions. I think we should try that. Okay, so yeah, let me show you what I'm seeing, so it's not like magic to you. So we're going on the documentations of it, and you can see you need to create an account key. All right, and then you'd have a site URL for your site. Okay, that is if you want to if you want to do the Azure Cognitive Services. So this is using it. The connector is for Logic Apps, Power Automate, and Power Apps. You can use it. So for the sake of time and to show how we can use it, I'm going to go ahead and use a Power App. Okay, so we're going to use a Power Apps to create a very simple application that allows us to probably enter a text and have it translated or something. Okay, so we can leverage it. What do you say? Should we do pro code stuff here and then leave that for low code, no code on Power Platform? Yeah, I think let's do that way. Let's do pro code here and then do low code, no code on Sunday. All right, cool. So here we have we've talked about what it is. So it gives us REST. That's one thing I want you to understand. All right. So let's go here. We see. So it's the language service is going to provide us a lot of REST endpoints. So REST APIs that we can use. So things like text analytics, Q&A, Lewis, we can do all that from here. So, and don't forget, it uses a web-based language studio to help us to do all these things. So let's go ahead and do that. So available features. Let's look at the features here. Again, let me bring this up. And don't forget if you have any questions, you can throw the question at me and I will try to answer it. So we have named entity recognition. So that's what I'm saying. You can have a pre-configured service. All right. And in terms of the utterances, you have pre-configured entities so when people speak or when they pick some text, is able to extract that. There's also the ability to identify personal identifier information detection. So for instance, for those building applications that require setting compliance or regulations that prevents you from storing PII, which is personal identifiable information. So let's say your bank account details, your email address, your credit card number, your social security number, things that uniquely identifies you. All right, you can use this to also say that anytime I have a text, or message or voice or whatever that is, if you detect any of these things, blank it out to do something else. And like I said, accessing or using this, you can either use the language studio here, or you can use the REST APIs and client library. So for pro code developers, they'll probably integrate this into your solution. All right. Or you can just use a language studio to train or to build or to test things out. Now, remember, you need to have an Azure account. You need to create an Azure Cognitive Service, and then you utilize it. All right. So let's see. Let's go and open our Azure portal. And I hope I open the right Azure account, because I have a lot of Azure accounts. So I hope I open the right Azure account. And sorry, if this is confusing you and, whatever that is, please drop a line and say some I don't understand. Break it down for me, and I will try as much as possible to break it down for you. All right. So yeah. All right. So let's go here. Let me see. Where's my subscription? I know I have a subscription here. Usually it tells me to yeah, it's not seeing this. So I think let me change the directory. Let's switch the directory. When I switch the directory, I should have, this is the current one. Are you sure? Are you sure? Really? Oh, I think I'm going to use this one instead. I think it's Outlook. Yeah. It's the Outlook one that I have that has the Demystify tech. Yeah, that brands all those, that crazy is all the crazy stuff. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Send notification, and it's going to send it to my phone for me to say I am approving it. Thank you very much. Trying to be safe here. And yeah, so if you're on any of the social media apps or platforms, please make sure you enable multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication, so that if your account is compromised, or no, if somebody's trying to compromise your account, you can at least protect yourself to some extent. All right. So let's see. I'm switching to a different. Yeah, there you go. 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 Yeah, that's fine. That's correct. So I think, yeah, there you go. So I created one for the Cognitive Services series, as you can see here. So I have, let's go to that resource group. Let's go to that resource group. Yes. And then I have one for speech. Okay. So let's go home. I'm going to add one for language. So go to add resource. You go up here. Right. Okay. Up here. All right. Okay. Before that, let me do this. Let me, those are, yeah, the sample codes are here, but I'm not, let me see this. So, also for pro dev, so whether you are, and that's a good thing, so whether you are C#, Java, JavaScript, Python, there are SDKs, client libraries for you to leverage. All right, so let's say we are doing, I want us to do custom text, not custom text classification. Let's just do one that is quite easy and simple to understand. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to try to open the studio here, and then also open the REST API client. So you can leverage, if you just want to try out, you don't want to build an app to test it out, you can use the REST APIs and use something like Postman, or you can do it directly in Visual Studio Code and you can test that out. Okay. Okay. So this is running. Let me open this up. And yeah. I haven't had any questions so far. Come on, people. There's a lot to learn. Ask your question. Let me type in language here. And so there you go. So you see, now I have the language services. If you can't see it, let me show you this. So there you go. So I have the language services. So I'm going to create a language service, and then I'm going to utilize that. I can use that in all my tests and all, the crazy stuff. So let's go ahead. Let me let me love this, because I might create it somewhere. So click on this, open set app. I want to create it. Click on create. What's up? So if I can't speak French, I can create a service that does that. So by default, all right. So the default features, let me go here. When you try to create the service, let's do this, right? So you realize that it's saying by default, the language service comes with sentiment analysis, key phrase extraction, pre-built question answers, conversational language understanding, named entity recognition, text summarization, text analytics for health. So pretty much it's all in that language service. So I'm going to create a language service, and then we can utilize it for all the subsequent examples. All right. Now I can also use the switcher to answer a series of questions, and then but let's just stick to this one for now. If you want us to do deep dive, yeah, we can do deep dive. But for now, let's just stick to it. So yeah, I'm using my Visual Studio. I'm putting it in the Cognitive Services series. Let's leave it to the region East US. Name, we can call this Demystify dash language dash demo. All right. And the price tier, I can decide to go free so far as I am below 50k transactions, per 30 days. That's fine. But because I want to unlock a few things, well, I mean, let's just go ahead and let's try. We can always upgrade this. So now I was going to mention this. Please let me bring it here so I talk about this. Using AI has pros and cons, no two ways about it. But please make sure that you're using artificial intelligence responsibly. Make sure you're using AI responsibly. Please, responsibly. So to do this, Microsoft has provided responsible AI documentation, responsible AI for health, responsible AI for personal identifiable information, responsible AI document for language. All right. So if we go back to what we're doing, if I go back here and show you somewhere down here, you see that they've provided this here, that before you click or check this button, this checkbox, you are telling them that I have read everything about responsible AI for text analytics for health, PII, and language, and I accept that. I'm going to conform to it. All right. So yeah, we do that, and then we go, well, we don't have anything to do with networks. We just allow that for now. So identity, enable system assigned identity to grant resource. Yeah, so that, systems can, and let me add, so here, I think it's going to already add myself. Okay. But for the sakes of, okay, don't worry. We'll just, sorry about that, guys. Well, we'll just leave it to default because I'm the owner. I should be fine. I can come and do this anyway, so that's fine. So let's go ahead. I won't tag this. So tag allows you, especially if you're doing billing, you can use this to separate resources. So let's review and create, and then you can see the matching and then we click on create. So whilst the resource is being created, if you have any questions, drop it. Again, use AI responsibly. There's another site and there's another website that actually generates fake, not deepfakes, but it generates fake profile pictures. All right. It's not entirely, how do I say? It uses different features to put together to create people that technically do not exist. I've used it 1 or 2 times, and sorry to say, but so it's a common practice, especially for those that are on a lot of the social media platforms that want to grow followers and not organic or real beings. These are some of the ways that the so-called automatic growth systems work. They leverage some of these AI services that generate pictures for user profiles, that generate names, that randomly generate like locations and stuff, and then automatically calls APIs to create accounts, and then they follow you, and all that crazy stuff. All right. Yeah. So our resource is created. Let's go to the resource. Okay, let's go to the resource. Guys, if you don't ask questions, I will assume that you fully comprehend. So hold on, which one did I go? Okay, so I open Language Studio and then we open this. Okay, cool. So as you can see, it's created it for me. I have a service. I have an extension that blocks some of these things. All right, so you can go to features, and then you can see enable custom question answering. Enable custom. We've not enabled that because we didn't select that from the beginning. Here keys and endpoints. This is where we can have security keys if you're calling it from the API to pass that onto it. Yeah, so let's go. Now that I have it, let's go to the overview. I'll need this later on. So you can see I have a subscription ID here, and then the endpoint. This is the endpoint. So this will be the endpoint where I can call and test stuff. Okay, so since we want to use this personal identifiable service of it, I would probably do sentiment analysis as a full service maybe next week. So stay tuned. All right, so let's open the Language Studio as well. So I said two things. You can either use the Language Studio, okay, which is the online or web-based UI that Microsoft has provided for you to test and build all these things, or if you can just use the in this case here, you can use the APIs, so whether C#, Python, JavaScript, and all that to do it, whichever you're comfortable with, you can do it. So so like I mentioned, prerequisite, we've created an Azure account, subscription, we've done all that already. They're going to do this in Visual Studio IDE. That is because you've selected C#, right? If you want to do Python, whichever IDE you want to use, so you can see the prerequisite. If you want to use JavaScript as well, you need to use Node, and then you create a language resource, which we've already created, right? We've gone ahead to create a language resource. We have the keys, right? And then we can use that to set up, so you can see. So maybe sorry maybe maybe we should just leverage this code example and just show this. Yeah, what do you think? We can decide to use, maybe let's use this. Let's use the JavaScript so that we don't make it too crazy for people. But again, like I said, we can use a language to sign with my Azure account. Yeah, definitely. I have an Azure account. So yeah, you need an Azure account. If you don't know how to do that, check. I'll probably drop it here, somewhere here for you to see that. Okay. So 43 minutes. I think we can quickly do this example. So this allows you to identify personal information. So I think we should do that. So let's go ahead. And to do this, I'm going to leverage. Let's use Node. So it says we need Node version 16. So let's go ahead and open this. And sorry guys. So yes, I know I promised you guys that I was going to bring you know what, let me move the whole of this here, and then let's bring this so you can see. And yeah guys, yeah, I know I promised you I was going to bring the creator of Abna AI, the localized artificial intelligence digital assistant we have here. Yes, I'm going to have him on the show probably next week. I need to clear up with the schedule. Actually, whilst on this, let me let me let me send him a message and tell him that I have volunteered him. Nana, let's see. Okay, so okay, we coming. I just sent him a message on WhatsApp. So yeah, don't worry. Once he gives me the go ahead, I'll definitely let him know, bring him on the show, and then you can ask him all the question about Abna AI and all that, all the artificial intelligence stuff. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go on. Okay, I still think I should make this bigger. time check. We've done 45 minutes. We have 15 minutes to go. So, I'm sorry. So for this one, we need to have node. So if I do nvm list, what do I have? So I'm using 14, but it says that I need 16 LTS. So if I say nvm list LTS, yeah, let's see. So let's do nvm list. Let's do that. So the LTS, so we need at least 16. So the long-term support is 16.16.0. All right, so I'm going to do nvm install 16.16.0 and that's going to install node version 16.16.0 as part of the node modules, node versions I have, and then I can switch to use that for the purpose of this demo or this example. So make sure that especially if you're a developer, it's a good practice to have nvm instead of just installing node directly, because different projects might require different node versions. So that's why I do that. All right. Yeah. I need water. I need water. I need water. I need water. Okay, so that's done. Awesome. So now I just have to do nvm use 16.16.0. And then now, yeah, I think the screen might have gone because it needs permissions to do that. So if I go ahead and do nvm list again, you see that it says 16.16 is the current one that we are using. Right, cool. Any questions, people? Yeah, so remember, we had an Azure account, created a subscription. I've created a language service. I made sure that I have the latest, at least version 16, long-term support of Node. We have the keys we can get from the resource, and we'll use that, and then that's it. So let's go ahead. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Good. So let's go. So let's go ahead and create an application that is going to use the language service to detect personal identifiable information. So let me change to my D. CLS. I think I have a. Should I put everything in Demystify? Okay. Yeah. Let me put everything in Demystify tech. Okay. So let's do this. So let's do A. Which one is this? So let's do CD. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, you know what? I'm going to do another one. MKDIR. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's just call this. Let's call this demystify text samples, and then let's do CD. I didn't spell it well. There we go. And then I'll make another one, MKDIR, and then we'll call this language underscore demo. Then we can do cd language underscore demo. All right. Awesome. So here, let's go ahead and do npm init, and we're gonna what is it saying? Complete log of this one. What? Let me see something. Let me see something. 8 point. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's init this in this directory. Let's go. There we go. What? Oh. npm gods of demo day complete log. What's happening? It says that what unexpected token. I didn't even. Oh man. Okay. Pum pum. Let me do something here. Oh no, that was just a mistake. Sorry. npm. Okay. So why is it? Yes. Let's see something. So what's the version? That's version 8. And then what do we have here? Sorry. Let's see, node. Yeah, 16.6.16, so that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that. Okay, let me do npm. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and let me see. Let's use. Where is that? So that's Outlook. Oh, sorry. Hold on. It asked for me to authenticate and I didn't. So it closed up. Okay, there we go. So that's working now. Let's bring this back again. I don't know what's happening. Unexpected token. Why is there something? I think there's something wrong. Let me try to. No, actually. Okay, whilst that's happening, let me not stress myself with this since we're almost running out of time. So this is the language studio, all right? So this is the let me see. Choose a language resource. So hold on people. So the language resource we have here is, let me see if I switch. Let me go to switch that. I just want to be sure. Okay, yeah, so this is no. I think it's Demystify. Okay, so I'm going to leave that open. Let's go here. And okay. Yeah, so this is current. I feel like no. Select Demystify. I think it's on Archaeology Solutions. Yeah, we'll just leave it that way. And then we'll select the the current resource. Let's select the current resource. So let's look for there you go. So let me see. Let me try Azure. Demystify Azure. Come on. Yes, still on Outlook. That's why I wasn't seeing that. Okay, let's see. Yes, there you go. And then the resource, there you go. So let me walk you through. Let me show you this. So in the language studio, all right, in the language studio, what happens is that it's connected to your Azure subscription. So you need to know the directory, the subscription you have, and then the language service or the language resource. So remember that we created that one first before, coming to the language service, or even before using the SDK or any other thing. So make sure you have an Azure account, you've created a language resource before, you either use a language studio or your SDKs, whichever that is. All right. So yeah, 4 minutes. Okay. So let's say this is part 1. All right. So we've been able to create our language service. We understand the overview of it. And part 2, which is next week, we'll start using, I'll show you how to use both of it from the SDK version and then also Language Studio to test all the language features. And then we'll move on to another cognitive service. So if this seems something that you want to do every Friday with me, I know Friday nights are for chilling, but just give me 1 hour of your Friday night. All right. Just 1 hour. Spare 1 hour of your Friday night with me. Let's learn something. And then once you're done, look, you can go chill out. Feel free, blast away. All right. So I've been yours truly, Samala Dranya, bringing you another episode of Demystify Tech. Catch you again next week, Friday, for part 2 of Cognitive Services Language. All right. Till then, be safe, be kind, share the love. Let's make the world a better place through technology. I remain Samala Dranya, and I am out.